Hey there, a very happy Thursday to you. I'm King 5 meteorologist Ashley Ruiz with a look at your forecast. We are heading into a very warm and dry stretch of weather here in western Washington. So we can say goodbye to the 60s, at least widespread 60s for the interior areas. And we're going to have more 70s, going to have more 80s, and then 90s as well. Record high temperatures are likely Sunday and especially Monday. Elevated fire weather concerns as well because of the high heat. We'll have dry fuels and low humidity. Thankfully, for those who do not want this hot weather, we'll start to cool things down by the middle half of the week. It's not totally unheard of for us to get 90-degree weather this early in June. The earliest was in May for Seattle, but on average, our earliest 90-degree day, 90 plus, usually comes July 3rd. That's the climatological average. Here's a look at those possible record highs at SeaTac. So our forecast currently calling around 88 degrees. The record for Sunday's date is 86. Monday, forecast high 91, the record 88. Now Tuesday, still a wild card when it comes to just how warm we're going to be or how cool we're going to be. I mean, comparatively speaking. We've gone ahead and issued a pair of first alert weather days Sunday and Monday just because it's going to be the hottest weather we've had in a while, even though we've had a handful of 85 plus degree days, or I should say 80 plus degree days. But the problem is we're going to have 80s, 90s, very warm nights, so that means little to no relief from the heat and that elevated fire risk. Again, Sunday and Monday, and I'll break it all down for you and show you where the hottest temperatures will be. So there's a look at those first alert weather days. But until then, it's really going to be comfortable and beautiful as we welcome all of the visitors in town for ahead of Monday's first FIFA World Cup match on Monday at noon here in Seattle. And then Thursday and Friday, 70s. We'll have another cool night in the 40s and 50s before things really begin to warm up. Let's take you outside. We have blue sky from the coast all the way up to the mountains, and we'll have plenty of sun today. Highs in the 60s and 70s. This is the beginning of that warm up. That really stout ridge is going to build and it's going to amplify over the region, over the Pacific. And then we're going to have a surface thermal trough developing. And that's going to send winds offshore, and it's going to really help heat things up, but not so much today. So modestly warmer, 60s and 70s. As I mentioned, we're going to be still on the cooler side of things overnight in the 40s and 50s. But then tomorrow, you'll notice we're a little warmer all the way from the coast to the Cascades, but still not too hot. We'll have northerly winds, so in the shade, it's going to be very comfortable. But then Saturday here, the ridge is still building, and so we'll have more 80s out there. Quileute, Hoquiam in the lower 80s, interior areas, all the way from Bellingham 82 to the central and south sound, and the foothills in the mid and potentially upper 80s, a few spots in the upper 80s. But then we get into Sunday, Monday, and even into Tuesday, we're all going to feel the heat, especially interior areas. Now, our area, so western Washington, we currently don't have any heat alerts in place, but the National Weather Service out of Portland issued an extreme heat watch for the Portland metro. This includes all the way down to Salem as well. And this is from Sunday to Tuesday, as they're expecting temperatures well into the 90s, potentially up to about 100 degrees. And here on Sunday, we're going to have a couple of 90s sprinkled in as well, all the way from, again, the coast to the Cascades. Going to be really, really warm. If you're hiking, you're camping this weekend, this is something to keep in mind. You compare to last weekend when we were talking winter-like conditions where snow fell generally above 4,000 feet. Not the case this weekend by any means. As for highs, we're looking at mid and upper 80s and then lower and potentially mid 90s for some of the hottest spots away from the water. Monday, as I mentioned, at Seattle Stadium, we know it as Lumen Field, Belgium versus Egypt at noon. 10 a.m. for any pre-match celebrations near 80 already for kickoff at noon, 83, and topping out in the upper 80s to about 90 degrees here in Seattle. Now, we have the benefit in Soto being right off the water, and we have the influence from Elliott Bay. Unless we get a push of offshore winds, then that will help heat us up. But if we have any influence from the water, that will keep temperatures a little cooler versus away from the water. So Monday's highs all the way from the coast, you see Quileute about 73, Hoquiam 82, starting to get the push of onshore winds, so that natural AC. So the coast will peak in terms of heat on Sunday, but the rest of us, it's going to be Monday, relatively speaking. But you see upper 80s to mid 90s, very similar to eastern Washington, up in the mountains, 70s and 80s as well. But then again, we get to Tuesday. We'll have to see just how quickly the onshore winds usher in that marine air, as we well know how that all works being in Puget Sound. So the South Sound will likely get some cooler temperatures Tuesday, so 70s instead of 80s. But here in the Seattle metro especially, so Central Sound, likely going to be a little warmer, but that could certainly change. But remember, keep in mind, especially if you work outside, stay cool, stay hydrated, take frequent breaks in AC if you can, in the shade, and please don't forget about your pets. The good news is, again, we'll get the break from the heat and from maybe the dry weather. The back half of the month, the Climate Prediction Center is saying likely a little above normal in terms of our precipitation outlook. And June tends to be one of our drier months, and so a little is better than nothing, especially ahead of fire weather season. But again, after the 7-day, that graphic's a little messed up, but either way, we're looking cooler as we wrap up next week, and then we head into next Friday's match, and the Mariners are home as well. Remember, you can always find a more detailed look at your forecast like this one on King 5 Plus, our YouTube page. You can go ahead and download the free King 5 app as well, or go to king5.com.